Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. So, this is Alex, my husband,
No.
and we are going to talk about our long distance love story.
All right.
So, where do we start? Before we got married, we were in a 5-year long distance relationship. A little over 5 years. And at first, he was in the Philippines, and then I was in Japan, and then he moved here in the United States, and then I was in Japan, and then eventually I moved here in the United States with him, and then we got married.
So we met at work. It was in a call center in the Philippines. I've been working there for about 3 years in that specific company. And then Andie, she just started. It was her first call center job.
Yeah, it was. So I was really, I was new to the industry. I didn't know anything about it. And part of being a newbie, like one of the tasks was to actually take in real calls. So we had to, go in the production floor and
Take your first call.
take our calls with the old employees.
Because usually when you start training, it's just you and your colleague talking to each other. So one's gonna pretend to be the customer, and then the other's the agent. So for them, it's their first time to talk to real live customers, and of course they won't do it alone, especially a lot of them don't have any experience. That's why they assigned us the older agents, to help them out.
So I was, doing my calls, but before, I started doing the calls, someone had to help me, and he was that person. So I remember at that time, I was so nervous because when he was approaching my station, I didn't want him to assist me because, I was shy, and I didn't want to make a fool out of myself in front of him because obviously, I thought he was cute. So,
Yeah.
so I was shy, okay? And then that's it. So he assisted me in my calls, and then after that, we had to go on our breaks separately. So I had to lock my computer, and then
I got her full name off of her computer screen. Then when I got home, I immediately searched for her on Facebook. I found her and I sent her a friend request, I think.
And then you messaged me.
Yeah, and then
you messaged me. He asked me out on a date, but then I don't know, I had to say no at first because I don't know, I had to play hard to get, I guess. But yeah, so he had to ask me a few times before I said yes. So we went out on dates, and then
after that, we were dating in the Philippines for what?
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So after 3 months, we made it official, and we became.
Oh yeah, I was courting you. That's what they call it.
Yeah. The
Ligaw. They call it ligaw.
Ligaw in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So that was 3 months. Yeah. Okay. So after 3 months, we made it official. And yeah, so we became girlfriends and boyfriends. And then, while we were dating, Alex already knew, or I already told Alex about my plans.
To leave.
Yeah, to leave or to work abroad.
Mm.
And he was pretty supportive. You know, he would take me to the agency responsible for me going to Japan. But at the same time, he was also vocal that, you know, he didn't think that long distance relationships really work. You know, he didn't believe in long distance relationships.
It's hard.
But yeah, there was no stopping me at that time because it was my dream. So I just I told him, hey, this is not gonna be forever, you know, I'm gonna go back in after 2 to 3 years. And so I left for Japan.
So yeah, 2 to 3 years ended up becoming
5.
5 years. 5 long years.
I know, it's pretty long. So how did we make it work?
Well, number one, of course, is communication. Constant communication.
Literally, you know, every day we would talk. At first, we used to talk on Skype. Okay, at first we talked on Skype, and then Messenger, Viber. Where else? I think that's it.
That's it. Skype, Messenger, Viber.
But yeah, point is, every day we talked. And it wasn't really that difficult because the time difference, well, not really, because even though the time difference between Japan and the Philippines is only an hour, he had to work night shifts and I worked morning, so our schedule was different. You know, our schedules were different. So it was pretty hard. It was pretty difficult because our schedules were opposites. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So every day we made it a point that, you know, we talk. Even if it was only for 10 minutes, you know, him like minutes before going to work or hours before going to work.
Yeah, I would wake up early all the time.
Yeah, actually, he had to adjust because he like woke up hours before his shift, you know, just for us to be able to talk. Communication is one that's really important. You know, if you're really far from each other, that's all you can do, right? So communication is one.
And another thing that helped us was we would see each other at least once a year. I would go visit in Japan, and then Andie would come home to the Philippines.
So that's another thing. You have to see each other, even if it's only once a year. Because that's important, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like reigniting
The flame.
the fire, you know? And it's fun. Because you get to travel. And of course, you get to spend time with each other.
Yeah.
So that's another one. We found things that we could do together.
Yeah.
Even if we were far from each other. Like
a hobby, which is gaming.
So we found a hobby that we both enjoyed, and we were just both lucky that both of us enjoy playing games. So that was one thing that, you know, we did together. So we played online games, and I think that really, really helped us. You know.
Yeah, it helped us a lot. You know, because if you guys talk every day, you know, it's difficult. You're gonna run out of things to say,
things to talk about.
Yeah, things to talk about. So if you have something that you guys both enjoy doing, then that makes it a lot easier.
And I remember every day after work, I would just go home and then, you know, look forward to us playing our game, and you know, that's just fun.
Yeah.
And in the first part of our relationship, when we didn't play, ano to? We at first, when we didn't have a game to play,
We would watch movies.
yes, we would watch movies together, separately, if that makes sense. But yeah, so what we would do was we would, you know, play a movie like simultaneously. Like literally, we would, you know, tell each other, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then play. So that's one thing. And then what else?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And of course, you also have to trust each other.
Yeah, trust is
Trust
very,
is
very
really, really important, especially during the days when you don't get to, you know, talk, you know, and you just update each other. You just have to trust each other. That's it.
That's it.
Yes. So first is communication. Next is
Finding a hobby.
finding a hobby, and then
Trust.
trust.
Or you can put
What?
trust above.
Above anything else?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I don't know.
And knowing you also have to see each other
Yeah. Oh, those
constantly.
four things.
Yeah, at least once a year. Okay, so getting married. It's always been our, you know, plan to get married, because, you know, why would you be in a relationship with someone if you don't want to get, you know, end up with that person, right?
Exactly.
And we had other plans as well. It's just that, you know, they just didn't end up the way we wanted them to end up.
Yeah, things don't always go as planned.
But I mean, him coming here in the US and eventually me following him wasn't part of our plans, but you know, I guess that's really how life is, you know. You'll never know what's gonna happen, but eventually things will work out just fine. And what matters is we're together now and we're married after being in a long distance relationship for 5 years, over 5 years, and we made it work. So I hope if there are people here watching who are, or if there are couples here who are in a long distance relationship, just hang in there, you know, believe and you shall achieve.
Yep.
And
It'll work.
yeah, it'll work.
Yeah.
For as long as you love each other, you know that, you know, your love for each other is genuine. And yeah, best of luck to you guys.
Yep.
That's it.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye.